Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. When Manchester United signed Rasmus Højlund for £72 million, the expectations were sky high, but a year on, the pressure is mounting and the goals have dried up. After a season to forget and a Europa League final defeat to Spurs, United fans are questioning what's next for their struggling striker. Former United midfielder Paul Ince has a clear answer: don't sell, loan him out. Pointing to Scott McTominay's incredible turnaround at Napoli, where he became Serie A MVP, Ince warns Sir Jim Ratcliffe not to make the same mistake twice. Could a loan spell in Italy unlock Højlund's full potential? Or is the pressure of Old Trafford too much for the 22-year-old to handle? Ince thinks there's a star in the making, but only if he's given the right environment to shine. In today's episode, we break down Ince's powerful comments, reflect on United's transfer strategy, and ask, are United killing their talent too soon? Former Manchester United midfielder Paul Ince has cautioned Sir Jim Ratcliffe about hastily selling Rasmus Højlund, advising a loan spell might be more beneficial based on Scott McTominay's experience. The Red Devils had a dreadful season, finishing an abysmal 15th and succumbing to Tottenham Hotspur in the Europa League final. Meanwhile, McTominay flourished with Napoli and was named Serie A's most valuable player. For Antonio Conte's side, he has proven to be a bargain at £25 million. Against this backdrop, £72 million man Højlund struggled this season and looked equally at sea under Erik Ten Hag and Ruben Amorim. However, Ince is convinced there is a top striker in Højlund waiting to be unleashed. The ex-Inter Milan man urged Ratcliffe to loan the 22-year-old, perhaps to another team in Serie A, so he can find his confidence and return to United as a more well-rounded and experienced forward. United lost out on the opportunity to do this with McTominay, as they sold him to the Serie A champions permanently. Speaking on behalf of Bet365, Ince told the Manchester Evening News he, Højlund, is still a young lad. He's got a lot to learn. I'd like to see him go on loan somewhere, let him go find his feet, get a bit of confidence. It's a tough place at United with the expectations that are required from you. He might need someone to play next to him, maybe a senior centre-forward, to take him under his wing. It looks like he is playing every game on his own. I know Xerxes has come from Bologna, but that has not really worked out in this moment of time. As a striker, you need someone to lean on and take the pressure off you, but he has not had that all season. It looks like it is affecting his game. There is a very good player in there, believe me, a very good player. Maybe a little loan spell, out in Italy, somewhere like that, get some goals for a few months, get some confidence, and then come back in. United look like they are about to sign Matheus Cunha, who is a very good player, but even someone like Ollie Watkins would be a very good player. Maybe Højlund could come back after that, work underneath, play a certain amount of games where the pressure would not be on him too much. At the minute, there is a lot of pressure. Despite arriving from Atalanta with a hefty £72 million price tag in the summer of 2023, Højlund has struggled to live up to expectations at Old Trafford, managing just 4 Premier League goals this season amidst a challenging campaign. United were understood to be plotting a move for Liam Delap, but the Ipswich Town hitman looks to be on his way to Chelsea. Amorim has looked seemingly unimpressed by Højlund's efforts. However, Ince points to McTominay's successful stint in Naples as an example of how a move could jumpstart his fortunes. He said, "It's funny because some players fit certain teams and environments." When you look at Scott McTominay, you think, how the hell did they let him go? Sometimes, it's the manager. What is going on at the club? You look at Antony, he's been great at Real Betis and played in a cup final. You look at these two players who could not perform the way they are performing now. Is it them? Is it the coach? Is it the environment, the pressures and expectations of playing for Manchester United? As a midfield player, I've always loved McTominay. I always thought he was one of the few who was actually trying to make things happen at Manchester United. But I'm so pleased he's managed to go there, because he will be a god there. I know what those fans are like, and Antony the same. Manchester United needed to come from behind in Hong Kong on Friday as they brought their miserable season to a close in what could end up being Bruno Fernandes' last game for the club. There was at least one bright spark, though, with Chido Obi's double turning a half-time deficit into victory. After a shock defeat in midweek against the ASEAN All-Stars, Ruben Amorim wanted a response. There were some promising early moments, but it was Hong Kong who struck first as Juninho's effort beat Tom Heaton all too easily. It remained 1-0 at the break, and United boss Ruben Amorim changed his entire XE at the break. The changes bore fruit within a few minutes, with Obi equalising impressively, and fellow sub Aiden Heaven had a chance to make it 2-1. There was still some danger on the break though, with sub-keeper Altay Bayindir needing to be alert to deny Lau Ka-Q midway through the second period. As the match entered the final 20 minutes though, United kicked on, and Kobbie Mainoo got an opening, but couldn't keep his shot down. United also saw a penalty appeal waved away when Mason Mount went down in the box. It was Obi who settled the tie though, sending a glancing header into the far corner, and Heaven's stoppage time header made it 3. United looked full of energy in the opening minutes, with Rasmus Højlund getting a sight of goal early on, but the striker was unable to beat Hong Kong keeper Ka Wing-Tse. United had the ball in the net not long after, with Casemiro sending a diving header into the NT, but the flag went up for offside. Tse made a couple more sharp saves in the first half hour to keep Bruno Fernandes and Alejandro Garnacho at bay. The pair were among the senior stars handed starts by Ruben Amorim, while youngsters including Harry Maguire and Tyler Fredrickson also got minutes from the get-go. Amorim made a number of changes at the break, just as he did on Wednesday, and they immediately bore fruit with Obi's leveller before the teenager completed the turnaround. Here are United Report's talking points. Before the game, much of the conversation surrounded Bruno Fernandes. He was reported to be open to a United exit. Al Hilal appear to be the most likely suitors, with a £100 million transfer fee mooted, as well as a £200 million contract. United are said to be relaxed about the situation, and there was no danger of their skipper sitting this one out. His usual creativity was on show early on, but Casemiro has strayed just offside before heading home the captain's free kick. He came close to breaking the deadlock with another free kick, with the ball moving wildly and almost deceiving Tse. There was an even bigger chance 10 minutes before half-time, but he opted to attempt a Rabona when one-on-one with the keeper and saw it blocked, and only time will tell whether that ends up being Fernandes' final game for the club. It was another scoreless game for Rasmus Højlund, despite his early sight of goal. A second chance arrived late in the first half, only for the Dane to allow an opposition defender to snuff out the chance, and his recent record still stands at just 1 goal in the last month. Chido Obi found things far easier after taking his place though. The young striker replaced Højlund for the second half and wasted little time finding the net. His goal was an impressive one too, with the teenager spinning and firing confidently into the bottom corner. He had more chances before his late winner, and the movement was something Højlund lacked during his 45 minutes. Alejandro Garnacho see another who could be on his way, and perhaps he saw this game as a chance to show his quality and willing to potential buyers. He delivered a jinking run and early shot to test Hong Kong's keeper early on, and another run saw him set up a great chance, which Shea Lacey sent wide of the far post. In recent weeks, Garnacho's exit has looked like a matter of when, and not if. The same thing appeared to be true in January as well though, and he ended up sticking around. Amorim may well have already decided Garnacho is among those players who needs to be sold to raise transfer funds. At his best though, he can certainly be a difference maker. It just so happens that he may end up taking on that role for someone else next season. Heavy rain in Hong Kong ahead of the game made the pitch slow at times, and United paid the penalty. Most notably, Garnacho looked poised to connect with an inviting early cross from Jadon Sancho, only for the ball to hold up on the turf and allow an opposition defender to clear up. It was harder to determine whether the slippery conditions might have had something to do with the opener. Either way, the veteran will feel as though he was beaten too easily by the first shot to come his way. A bigger challenge in difficult conditions can be the risk of injury. Thankfully for United, there was no sign of any setback on that front. Ahead of the game, Ruben Amorim spoke about his decision to continue blooding first-teamers during the tour. "Yes, because we need to respect and do better than the last game," he said. "We understand the players are tired from all the commercial things for our fans. Now it's time to perform to show good things for our fans." It has been, by every conceivable measure, a season to forget for United. It's now over though, and they can finally look towards the future.